episode. You find me in the yard this morning with a new purchase. Shh, don't tell the wife. Right, so yeah, the reason we purchased this is because I recently managed to get myself a mowing contract. Now, I said I wasn't going to do any mowing because that's how I started off, and I got bored of it. But it was quite a decent contract. There's quite a bit of work with it as well, but the mowing comes with it, unfortunately. So it was time to buy a mower. I've had Skags before. I've had walk behinds. I've had turf tigers. I've never had a stand-on, a V-ride. So could be interesting. Now picked this up last night from a neighbour across the road from me. It was actually his contract. He put my details in for me to the people because he's retiring. So yeah, I bought the mower off him, but it was sold to me as fully working and fully serviced. I've just had 5 minutes to look around it, and it's not serviced, and it's not quite 100%. We have some strange noises coming from it, and one of the hydro motors is a bit slow or not working properly. But he did give me a filter, a hydraulic oil filter and oil. So we're going to do that first thing because I've got to go off mowing with it today. But I want to get these jobs done before I use it, just in case it damages it any further. But I will show you. Let's turn you around and I'll show you. Right, so bearing in mind he told me this was fully serviced and ready to go. Skag, this is a crap design. How are you meant to get your hand in there to check the oil level? Look, you can't, none of this moves, this is all fixed. So you have to put your arm in here, look, and twist yourself upside down, try and get the cap on. So I've managed to get it off. And yes, we are low on hydraulic oil, so that hopefully that's maybe a problem sorted with the motors. Dump valves are in. Now he did tell me that it went to our local dealer, and as soon as he said it went to our local dealer, not the local Skag dealer, the local garden machinery place, that explained it. Now it went in for a hydraulic hose that had split, and they'd managed to shear the dump valve off on the pump, and then tried telling the customer that it needs 2 brand new pumps to get it going again. Yeah, so that sort of explains that with the local dealer, doesn't it? I wouldn't send anything in to get prepared from them. But anyway, yeah, so we may have a existing problem with that. It's been repaired. I don't know how it's been repaired, but it's in there, back in there. But let's just show you around. When I got to it, I pulled the dipstick and it was on the minimum. Like, on the minimum. Now, you tell me that's been freshly serviced. So I topped it up with what oil I had. That filter is not brand new. This is missing its dust cover and missing the clamp. Now you tell me that's brand new serviced. But the best of all, I'll find another clamp for that. That fuel filter. Look at the state of that. Yes, freshly serviced, you know, ready to go. Anyway, I can moan. Put in the comments below how much you think I paid for it. It's done 548 hours. I mean, being Skag, it should be a good machine. I've never had a problem with it. It's missing the 2 caps on the top. I don't think it's ever seen grease. And I forgot the bloody grease gun this morning, didn't I? But I will show you in a minute, once I've sorted the hydraulic system out, what funny noise is coming from the engine. Now, I didn't notice this when I picked it up because the bloke went into his unit, started it up on full revs and loaded it onto the trailer for me. It was only until I got it back and I never start things on full revs. There's no oil around the engine, especially if it's been sat for a while, which it had been. I always start it on tick overs. You don't need it on full revs. You've got to choke there, let it warm up before you flat out. But people don't seem to understand that. Yeah, what was I saying before I got distracted? Yeah, when I brought it back, it's got a funny noise coming from the top end, I think. Well, I hope it is. I hope it's not knocking, but we'll see. I'll show you in a minute once I've changed this hydraulic filter. So yeah, that's my latest purchase. Also missing the rubber bit on the side of the deck, look, I've just noticed. So to change it, it's also missing bolts there, and there. I haven't taken that one off, that's missing. So to change your oil filter, you need your hydraulic oil filter. You need to take this cover off. That's loose. I haven't put the socket on it yet, look. That's reassuring. Well, obviously somebody's already been in here because it's because of the hydraulic pipe that was burst. I don't know which hydraulic pipe was burst on it. No, it's that one there, look. That's brand new in a different ferrule. So it's had that one replaced. So yeah, that brings us to the filter. Yeah, goes to the drive motor, look. Anyway, right, so I'm going to get this off and we will pick back up when I've got it on. Because everybody knows how to change a filter, it's not difficult. There we have it, that is the oil filter changed. Now, I would imagine this is the original one. Obviously, it's still got Skag on it. I've just had a quick look at the manual, and Skag recommend changing your filter and your oil at 500 hours. So we must be, well, we are, we're 48 hours over it, but that ain't gonna make much of a difference. It just depends if there's any swarf or crap in that pump. It's just sort of, we might end up taking that pump off and getting a reseal kit for it maybe, but we'll see. I'm hoping with the oil change and having the oil level to the correct level, we should be okay. Right, so yeah, the next job then is fill the hydraulic oil back up. If I can find something to go in there. Funny thing, I don't have a funnel here. This is a problem when your workshop isn't at the same place as your yard. Anyway, I'm just waffling now. So yeah, we're going to get that filled up with oil. We'll get some petroleum in it because there's none in it. Top quality Victor multi-grade 20W50. Now, because this is such a stupid frigging design, Skag, I've had to sort of make up a funnel system. So we have one fuel can filler nozzle and two fuel can filler nozzle out of the cans. Luckily I've got one in the shed, which is a spare one, and obviously this one came out of that. So I'm going to have a quick look and see if we've got it to the maximum. As you can see, well, or maybe you can't, we are now to the bottom of the metal filler, which it says to do in the manual. Now the next step is to run it on idle for 5 minutes in neutral. Make sure that your lever is in neutral, and obviously the park brake's on because it won't run with those two not in the correct position. To run it for 5 minutes in neutral on idle to let the oil circulate. So we're going to do that, but first we're going to put some petroleum in the tank, because as per usual when you buy anything like this, it's got no petrol in it or diesel in it. Because who sells anything with a full tank of fuel these days? Yes. Anyway, I am waffling again, so I will. 10 litres of fuel has gone in it, so that's nearly filled it. Granville, fetch your cloth. Where were we going with this? Oh my god, my brain is all over the place today. Yeah, nearly filled it. 15, I'm guessing it's a 15-litre tank because we're not quite there and we've had 10 in it. It's obviously had a different fuel cap at some point because that's a diesel on it, and that is a petroleum engine. So yeah, right, so cold start. It's cold, I haven't started it this morning. You'll see what terrible noise it's making. Right, choke out, minimum revs, neutral, park brake on. Can you hear that rattling noise? Idle for 5 minutes then. I think that's a pulley noise actually. Now I've got down below here. Gonna have to get it up on the stand I think and have a look. Yeah, I hope it's not clutch bearings. That sounds like a pulley noise. Maybe that's why the motor's not working properly. Anyway, right, let's let this idle for 5 minutes and then we'll come back. Unfortunately, it's not just a plastic cover or a coil slightly loose or anything like that. It's still making the same noise. So the next port of call then is to have a look underneath, check all the pulleys and belts and everything. If they're okay, then it looks like we've got an engine problem, which in that case it'll be going back to the bloke and I'll be having my money back. Either that or there'll be a severe discount for a new engine. So yeah, we'll see. Could be interesting. Right, as we can hear, there is no rattling, grinding sounds. We're on tick over. Now what I've done is I've got it up on, very safe, got it up on some Harris fencing legs and I've taken the transmission belt off. Now I think it's the idler pulley for the transmission. I'll switch it off and I'll take you underneath and we'll have a look. There seems to be quite a bit of play in the bearing. But that engine sounds alright now. So we'll take you underneath and have a look. Right, so we're underneath. That is the clutch. As you can see, the belt is off. There's nowhere really to put me to see if I can prop you there. Just stay there a second. So this is the idler in. Oh, I can't get my hand in now. I'll put the camera there. So yeah, that's the idler in question. Let's just can you hear that noise? That's the bearing. Now I have got some bearings in the container over there, some pulleys in the container over there. So do I swap this over now or do I just go mowing with that like it is? It's, what is it now? It's 10:30. I really need to get mowing. But then you think, well, what if that bloody fails? What if that fails while we're mowing? So I don't know what to do. That needs changing really, but then again, I don't know whether I've got a pulley that size. But yeah, that's where the rattling sound's coming from. So that is excellent news, because I was worried it was the engine. Yeah, that engine sounds sweet now. That transmission belt's not on there. So yeah, we're gonna
have a look at changing that pulley. All right, I'll catch you in a bit.
Right, there we go. That is off. Excuse my French, but fuck me, that hurt. Bloody, just as I undid it, it fucking slipped and bloody skinned me knuckle on the fucking bracket there. Excuse my French, that bloody hurts. It's not, the camera's not very clear, but for fuck's sake. But yeah, anyway, back to this. That is our problem. Right, better go and see if we've got another one. Right, so I've just had a quick look in the container. Out of the 9 Skag pulleys that I've got, not one of them is the same. I've got one that's similar size, but it's a V, not a back. Of course, this pulley is a flat pulley which runs on the back of the bout. So I'm just gonna have to put that back on and get one ordered because I need to go mowing today. So I'm gonna get it back on and we're gonna go mowing and hopefully it holds up for today. I will get one ordered in a minute. And then we'll get it fitted when I am back off holiday. So, yep, we'll catch you in a bit.